you have had to wait a long time, but now it's finally here. With Lumia Stream version 8.0.0, we are bringing you the long-awaited loyalty points. Especially for platforms like YouTube, Kick, TikTok, Facebook or Trovo, you are now able to create point redemptions for your fans. Of course, this also applies to Twitch. However, Twitch already has its own channel point system, which we fully support. But enough talk, let's dive into the tutorial. First, we need to activate the loyalty points. To do this, go to Loyalty Points in the left sidebar and toggle the switch to Start Collecting. Here, you are also on the main settings page for loyalty points. You can name your points whatever you like in the currency name field. For this video, we will call them tutorial points. Below that, you will find the settings for watch time rewards. By default, your viewers receive 100 points every 10 minutes. For demonstration purposes, let's change it to 125 points every 2 minutes. Additionally, you can reward your viewers just for tuning in. Under check-in, you can set how many points your viewers should get when they send their first chat message. Let's change this to 30. Below the check-in, there are two more reward options. Here you can set whether viewers should also get extra points for triggering an alert and/or whether you want to reward certain user levels more. For example, you might decide that subs get more points than followers. Now let's set up the alerts. I want my viewers to get an extra 100 points for an entrance alert in addition to the check-in. The first chatter is the most important chatter of the day for some streamers, so they get an extra 500 points. Also, we think every follow is cool and give a new fan another 1000 points. Then let's look at the user levels and give every follower an extra 100 points and every sub 300 extra points. Since a tier 3 sub is something really special, they should simply get triple points. To explain, bonus means extra points on top of every reward on receives. So according to our settings, the follower who sends their first message would get 30 points for check-in plus 100 points bonus. For the entrance alert, 100 points plus 100 points bonus. And after 2 minutes, 125 points watch time plus 100 points bonus. Totaling 555 points after 2 minutes. Multiply means the points are multiplied. So, assuming follow is set to multiplied by 2, the follower would get 60 for check-in, 200 for the entrance and 250 for the watch time. So in total 510 points. You will probably need to experiment a bit until you have built your personal economy. With these basic settings for loyalty points now completed, you can click on users in the top tabs to see who has earned how many points and connect up to 2 platforms together. For example, Peter's Watching can earn points on both Twitch and YouTube, and they will be directly combined under one name. Here you can also manually add or remove points if, for instance, you have been using another loyalty platform and wish to transfer those points. The right-click feature is particularly helpful here. You can quickly remove bots from the list. Right-click on the name, select Add User to Restriction List to ensure that the bot does not return to the list or interfere with your app in any way. Then right-click again and remove the bot with Delete. This list will also be available to you as a layer for your overlays, but we will get to that later. What can I do with these points now? Currently, you can use the points as a currency for your commands. With future updates, minigames might also be added. The points can be used for chat commands and extension commands. You cannot use them for chatbot commands and Twitch point commands. However, under chatbot commands, we have already prepared the !points command for you, with which your viewers can check their point balance in the chat. Let's create a chat command together. We want to create a simple TTS command that can be paid for with loyalty points. go to Commands in the left sidebar, Chat Commands, and click on Add Command in the top right corner. The creation tool will open and we select TTS. Click Enable to make the options visible. Then we check the box Wait for TTS to finish before completing the command. This ensures that the message will be spoken in its entirety. Next we enter the variable message in the message template. Then we choose a voice from the voice options and click Complete at the bottom right. Since we don't want to add anything further, click Next Step at the bottom right. Give the command a name. We call it LoyTTS. If you want, you can also add a description. Now comes an important step. We check the box Use with loyalty points. Here we can enter how many of the points in the command should cost the viewer. We set the cost to 100 tutorial points and click Next Step. There's no need to adjust anything under duration and delay, and we also leave the user levels as they are. On the fourth page, we also make no changes and click Complete and Save. As you can see, your command has been created and you can now see which commands cost points and which do not. The same procedure works for extension commands. Yes, this also applies to HUD effects. Simply click on HFX in the left sidebar, select the HFX you want to use and click Use. Now select Extension and change bits to loyalty points on the next screen. Click Done and your HFX will appear in the extension on Twitch. Additionally, we are adding 2 Lumia actions to the loyalty points. The first action, similar to Twitch points, allows for dynamic cost adjustments. Let's take our newly created command and edit it. Click on Lumia. For type, select Set Loyalty Point Value. Under Command, you can choose which command this action should affect. For example, you could say that Command 1 increases the points of Command 2 and vice versa. In our example, we want the command itself to be dynamic, so we select Current Command. Under Set Points Value to redeem to, you can use simple math. You can add, subtract, multiply, divide, or simply set it to a specific number with equal. We want our command to become twice as expensive each time, so we enter *2. Click Add Action, then Complete, and go through the steps at the bottom right until the command is saved. Now if our command is triggered for 50 points, it will cost 100 the next time, then 200, then 400, and so on. The second action is more administrative. With this action we can directly distribute points. So we switch to the chatbot commands, click on Lumia again, and this time choose the type Set User Loyalty Point. You can leave this as it is and simply enter your value in the last field. However, this would mean that the person who is supposed to receive the points would also have to trigger the command themselves. In my opinion, this could lead to chaos. So we changed the variable username to the variable message. And, as an example, let's say the user should get an additional 500 points, so we enter plus 500. Click Add Action and Complete. We don't want to add anything else, so we click Next Step. We name the command LoyAdd. Now simply go through the steps and then click Complete and Save. Now if we enter !LoyAdd Sam, the user Sam will be credited with 500 points. However, they must already be in your loyalty list to receive the points. For the more advanced users, we've also found a way to make this command dynamic. In other words, you can specify the points directly in the chat. To do this, we need to use a new variable. get_var_from_message. This works quite differently from what you might be used to do, so I need to explain it a bit. For Lumia to recognize that these are two different values, we need to indicate this somehow. So in the username field, we enter get_var_from_message equal name. Under set username points, we use also the variable getVar_from_message equal, but after the equal, we name it points. So it looks like this: get_var_from_message equal points. Click Add Action, then complete and finish editing the command. Now if you enter !loy at name equals Sam, comma, points equal divided by 2. In the chat, Lumia recognizes that you want to deduct half of Sam points. Please note the comma after the name. This is important for Lumia to understand that the second value begins. I know this might look more complicated than it is, so I hope I've been able to explain it clearly. And finally, we have the loyalty list layer for you. Open the overlays in the sidebar on the left. Click on Add New Overlay or use an existing one. Give your overlay a name, set the resolution, and click Add New Overlay again. On the left side, select Add Layer and click on Interactions. Here you will see the loyalty leaderboard. A click on it will add it to your matrix. On the right side, you can make various settings. For example, under Content, you can choose whether you want to sort the names by current points or all-time points. You can also, for example, hide the title or display only the current points. Below that, you can change the name of the list and choose how many names should be displayed. So for instance, you can show only the top 5 viewers. Under Styling, you can change the font, alignment and color, just like with all other layers. Will you be using loyalty points? Write in the comments why or why not. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and have a luminous day.